crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roadrunner.com. Good morning, Hunters. Here's your sip of chaga coffee. It's not chaga today, it's Starbucks latte. All right, lots. This is going to be a quick one. I just posted the first part of the first part. The first part of the discussion with Jenny Moonstone on the private road, where we talk about, we did this on Thursday when the 200-day moving average was just breached. And the discussions I have with Jenny about silver are interesting because she doesn't know anything about the silver market. So she'll take her read from her tarot cards and her all that spiritual stuff that she does. And then I'll run with it as it relates to on the ground information. And it's been working great. So I wanted to know, is the 200-day moving average going to hold? And this was when it had already breached. And she's like, nah, I don't see that. No, it wasn't going to hold, which it didn't. We found out later on Friday. But she does talk about extensively about the breakdown of the communications and the agreements of the bad guys, which is the JP Morgan leasing problem. Then I was watching Ted Butler, and he brought up something that I should have noticed right away. It is the March delivery month, started Friday. And usually the first day you have this huge influx of silver. Like 90% of the silver is usually delivered on the first day, because there's no reason. The price is already set, and they have till the end of the month to deliver. But you know you're paying storage costs on this silver. There's no reason not to deliver it the first day, unless you're trying to play a shell game or unless you don't have the silver. Now, I've always questioned the process of the Comex reporting versus what actually happens. Supposedly, this is locked in. The 8,572 contracts is locked in as stood for delivery. I always looked at, like, sometimes there's a 1-day delay. I don't know. We'll find out on Monday if this number changes drastically. But if it doesn't, which it shouldn't, but if it doesn't, then we have a gigantic issue with the amount of silver contracts that have been delivered. There is only, on the first day of deliveries, only 996 contracts were delivered out of 8,572, which is like 10% of the contracts. It's completely flipped upside down. You should have 90% delivered on the first day. Now, there might be issues. There might be, it just might be delayed till Monday. We'll see Monday and have a clearer view of how many open interest contracts there are versus how many get delivered on Monday, the second day of deliveries. And there's no reason for anybody to hold the silver over the weekend unless they don't have it, in my opinion. Or they're playing some kind of shell game again. And who are the entities involved? Well, that's easy. Just look at the biggest delivery of the 900. JP Morgan, surprise, surprise. Oh, excuse me, JP Morgan customers. But look at the JP Morgan house account. They actually took delivery of 338 contracts. And Bank of America, they didn't take delivery. They delivered 338 contracts, and Bank of America was the taker of those contracts. The stopper, which means they get the silver. Very interesting. What does it mean? Who the hell knows? According to Jenny, it's a communications issue. And it's a breaking of certain agreements. Bank of America was supposed to be out of their leased silver already. These were 1-year leases that mature all year. My guess is that we're going to see a huge delivery from B of A next week. But I don't know. I think they're just trying to stall. They know everybody in silver who analyzes this stuff looks at these reports. So 90% of the silver that stood for delivery has not been delivered. Now, again, we go through this damn Comex, the timing things. I'm going to wait till Monday to declare that it's an obvious shortage of silver. Right now, that's what it looks like. Only 10% of silver was delivered. But I will guarantee you one thing. All the action is going to come from B of A in the delivery side, B of A and JP Morgan. That's going to be the majority of the action, as it has been for the last 4 or 5 months, because the B of A delivery 1-year lease deliveries are coming due now. So I would not be surprised to see B of A deliver, I don't know. Well, last December they delivered close to 25 million ounces. It might be even bigger. Maybe that's why it shows 0 for deliveries of B of A. These are all shell games, silver shell games. The Comex is completely complicit and participating. The Comex, or the CME, the entity that owns and is supposed to regulate the Comex, obviously they're a bunch of criminals. They have been forever. The CFTC, the regulator, is participating in the manipulation of silver, as directed mostly by Joe Biden, Jerome Powell, and Janet Yellen. That's part of the plunge protection team. We are extremely weak. The United States of America has shown Russia exactly what's going on with the economic system by rigging the markets. We can't have a free market because then it would show how many dislocations of price there are. Silver should have been traded freely 170 years ago, but it has been price suppressed by various banks, various institutions, various governments. It is the number one asset to protect the unbacked fiat monetary system, which is on its last legs, if you ask me. But that's where you are. If you don't have your physical silver in your own possession, I'm talking to you, Bank of America. If you don't have that physical silver in your own possession, you are screwed up shit creek. Same with everybody out there who's listening. You need, even all you crypto-only people, you need physical silver. You need physical silver. That's pretty much the only guaranteed big outcome. If you're looking for a moonshot, the only guaranteed one is silver. I just can't tell you when. Well, I can tell you. The moment that they declare force majeure, which could be any day. They could blame the war. I can see Biden's declaring war, which is the most ridiculous thing of all. We should not be in this crazy war. This is a politician's game and a banker's game. This has nothing to do with the sovereignty of Ukraine, the sovereignty of the Russian people, trying to, gain back what the U.S. stole from them in 1991. If you don't know about that, it was a deep state operation to destroy Russia, the USSR. And Putin has always said, hey, I want my country back. And he found the weakest point in U.S. history because of, one, the leader, Joe Biden and the Democrats. But number two, the weakest point because the financial system has been exposed as a fraud. And that was the only power that they had over Russia. They don't care if they get kicked out of SWIFT. They'll go to cryptos if they have to. They don't need to. They've already struck relationships with China. And China's off doing its own thing. Probably will retake Taiwan. I think in the background, all this stuff was already designed years ago. That Russia gets back the old USSR and China gets Taiwan. We will see. But if you look at all the players, who's looking the weakest? The United States of America. Most likely because of our financial system and the rigging of the market. So that's where we are. I did want to point out Elon Musk's Starlink service now active in Ukraine after Russia invasion causes internet disruptions. It appears that Elon Musk heard the request and has responded. Elon Musk says Starlink service is now active in Ukraine. More terminals en route. I think this is the dumbest move that Elon Musk has ever done. I can't think of a more vulnerable asset than Starlink. I mean, it's so easy to shoot down one of those satellites and cause a kind of a ripple effect. Because if you have night vision goggles, if you've ever seen Starlink satellites traveling across the sky, there's 4 or 5 of them, they travel like this. You blow up one of them, they're all gone. And of course, Russia knows how to do that. Russia could take out Easily, so easily. As a matter of fact, here's the article from 2020. Don't panic about Russia's recent satellite test. Experts say, I love that. Russia's recent anti-satellite test wasn't as big a deal as you may think, which means it is a big deal. On April 15, Russia conducted a trial of its Nodal Interceptor, a mobile rocket system that's designed to take out satellites in Earth orbit. It's been done many times. The U.S. took out a satellite, and China took out a satellite when the good guys took over. These satellites were EMPs, if you ask me, back in the day. I think it was 2008, around that time frame. So yes, of course, Russia can fire a rocket and take out Elon Musk. I always thought it was the dumbest thing in the world because you get the ping pong effect. You've got, I think he wanted 40,000 satellites circling. Sorry, the world, and they're all kind of in a row at the same low orbit. You blow up a couple of them, and you get the ping pong ball effect. You know, the ping pong balls on the mouse traps. One goes, it just pops, and they all go. As a matter of fact, this is exactly in Cliff High's data. He said that we're going to spend a long time cleaning up the atmosphere of space because of all the debris. And I can't think of a dumber thing to have allowed than to put up 40,000, or in the process of putting up 40,000 satellites for global internet when they are so susceptible to war. I mean, there's nothing stopping Putin from popping off a couple of these Starlink satellites and watching them all go. Not a good place to be. It gets back to Theta. I mean, if you want to increase high-speed internet for the planet, why not just download the Theta Edge node on every single Samsung or Sony TV? And why not allow Theta to be traded in the United States of America? That's the oddest thing in the world. One of the things I find really intriguing and exciting is that Theta is not part of the deep state cabal. Sure, they might have some shares of Theta, but not much. Yeah, it's good. Theta is a key for so much, and everybody's got to understand it. Now, when it starts trading in America, that's when it really goes crazy. I think that's when Tom Brady says his company Autograph, which I forgot the name of the other day, Autograph, he'll say, oh, well, there's no other KYC'd NFT platform except Theta. Clearly, the number one NFT platform will be Theta, and hasn't had the problems that all the other ones. OpenSea has all assets stolen, all kinds of shit goes down. But the biggest is that they aren't playing by the rule book, and the rule book in the United States says you have to have KYC, know your customer. And so, yeah, it only makes sense. DraftKings as well. DraftKings will go with them. DraftKings doesn't want to mess with their gambling licenses, and playing in NFTs on platforms that aren't regulated by the government, that have no KYC, will not fly. That will not fly. They will take down DraftKings if they continue to do that. Now, I don't think you can withdraw your NFTs from DraftKings, but that's the other thing. Why invest in an NFT you can't withdraw? I don't think you can withdraw them on ThetaDrop as well. But that's coming. They have actually a decentralized storage thing that's starting up now. But so that's where we are. We will see on Monday whether or not this is a gigantic deal, whether or not that Bank of America and JP Morgan are hiding the amount of deliveries, so they didn't deliver on the first day of delivery. Only 10% is going to be an interesting month. Now, what might happen is they might change this number, the 8,500 contracts that stood for delivery. That might get paid off in cash. We'll see come Monday how much that number changes. But right now, they're looking at over 43 million ounces of silver that need to be delivered. And right now, they've delivered about close to 5 million. That's it. That is all. So keep an eye out for that. Also, check out the Jenny Moonstone reading. Go to the private road for all the Jenny Moonstone readings, the rest of that one, as well as all the silver readings that we've done over the years and other great stuff. Yeah, private road is the call if you guys are interested in behind the scenes stuff. We talk about the war, natural disaster, peace is at the end of the world, fighting for silver freedom, a lot of information on silver, on Theta, freeing Canada with people. And Jenny will be on the road with us in Phoenix at the Phoenix show. Get your road show tickets at roadtoruder.com. Click on road show, and it shows you the time and the place will be. I'm going to leave you with a video of what the road show looks like. So check it out. I'll talk to you guys later.